Morning, everyone. Allow me to say karibuni sana, and thank you very much for joining us today. So I'll be giving some opening remarks on behalf of our chairman, Mr. Geoffrey Odundo. My name is Hilda Njoroge, currently the secretary at RAK. So representatives of the capital market participants and industry partners present here today, members of the REIT Association of Kenya, sponsors of the REIT workshop, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the REIT Toolkit Incubator workshop. This is workshop 3B. As you can see, we've had several workshops. For the ones who've been here with us since we started, I believe sometime last year, you notice that we've had several sessions where we've been engaging market participants in sessions such as this, just to build capacity and to just drive that investor education and awareness in terms of REITs. As you know, REITs are huge. There's a huge ecosystem behind them. So it does require lawyers, does require investors, it does require fund managers alike. So there are a lot of players who are involved in the REITs ecosystem. So we believe that this room has been well represented, and we are happy that you're joining us today as we continue to enrich our education in terms of REITs, because without you, you have to go back to your companies and to your networks and try and put these structures together just to create an investment vehicle that is able to drive growth and to also harness capital. So thank you very much for making time and for coming. And I think that as we go on through the day, I'm sure there'll be a lot of learning. Make sure that you're able to collaborate and even just ask as many questions and challenge assumptions as they come and go. So as I welcome you to this masterclass, I wish to express our profound appreciation to the Joint Capital Markets Program, JCAP, at the World Bank for their continued support in the REIT Toolkit Incubator Program. Their dedication to fostering growth and innovation in the REIT sector is truly commendable. A special thank you to our event sponsors, our gold sponsor, Mivida Homes, our emerald sponsor, Mboya Ongongwen Wayaki Advocates, our silver sponsor, Triple OK Advocates, our bronze sponsor, Soli Unlimited. Your invaluable contributions have indeed been instrumental in making this event possible. Furthermore, I want to commend our industry partners. That's the Nairobi Securities Exchange, the Property Developers Association of Kenya, the Kenya Pension Funds Investment Consortium, KEPFIC, the Fund Managers Association, Kenya Association of Stockbrokers and Investment Banks, and the Association of Pension Trustees and Administrators of Kenya. Together, we are paving way for a thriving REIT sector that drives economic growth and prosperity. This is a REIT training room. So this is essentially dedicated to promoting the growth and challenges within the REIT sector. Our flagship initiative, the REIT Toolkit and Incubator Program, exemplifies our dedication to advancing innovation and setting new standards of excellence in the industry. We launched this in 2022. This initiative has been driven by a collaborative effort between RAK, NSE, KPDA, CMA, KEPFIC, FMA, and CASIB, and the Kenya Green Building Society. Our program has streamlined the complexities of launching REITs. As I'm sure most of you have come to see, there are quite some complexities to actually decipher, and to also make sure that we're able to break it down into small piecemeal for all of us to be able to contribute in our own individual professional capacities, making it increasingly accessible for emerging players to turn their investment ideas into reality. To date, the initiative has made substantial progress, with 6 prospective REITs actively pursuing registration. Additionally, the program has garnered interest from several other companies seeking to join. Since the inception of the program, we have conducted several workshop series, including the workshop last year, where we established a solid foundation for engaging with REITs. Today's workshop builds on that momentum, focusing on essential critical areas to navigating the dynamic REIT landscape. Our agenda will cover key topics such as regulatory registration, effective investment strategies, the pivotal role of a REIT trustee, the formulation of robust legal agreements, and best practices for designing comprehensive reporting mechanisms. This workshop is meticulously designed to provide you with advanced knowledge and practical tools needed to excel in the complex world of REITs. A favorable regulatory environment and strategic initiatives are critical drivers for the robust growth and sustained success of REITs, which we are currently tackling at the moment. And the association remains steadfast in its advocacy for the reinstatement of critical tax benefits, particularly focusing right now on stamp duty and capital gains tax. On January 30th this year, we made a formal submission to the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning. These discussions were incorporated into a comprehensive policy document, which successfully progressed to the Senate level through the Attorney General's office. Additionally, on April 4th this year, we submitted a cabinet memo to the CS National Treasury, advocating for the removal of stamp duty. Our recent submission to the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning was not on 3rd June. Although a request for an exemption has not been granted yet, we do remain steadfast in our commitment, and we have initiated discussions with other associations from a global standpoint, such as REIT and EPRA. So ideally, this is not the only jurisdiction in the world that has struggled to streamline regulatory and tax policies to align with global standards and to ensure that we are aligned with the government's efforts of collecting revenue. So we've done our research, or that we are also, we're still in the process, and these other jurisdictions did also struggle at one point before they were able to streamline that process. And as you know, for us here, our tax environment has not necessarily been consistent. It's dependent on whichever regime is currently in power. So you find that a lot of these exemptions that are supposed to be granted to REITs, are probably, like for example, the stamp duty. We had been enjoying exemption of stamp duty for the last 7 years up until 2022. Since the REIT regulations were launched, and then after that, that exemption expired. So it begs the question. So when it does expire, what does that mean? So it means the investors are left in a very difficult position because they are not able to forecast their investment, and REITs are not a short-term investment; they're a medium to long-term investment. So which means you need to be able to have a predictable regulatory environment for you to be able to basically chart that prospective growth for REITs. So we've been working very hard to ensure that we're able to streamline this process and to also demonstrate to the policy makers that not only does this also hinder collection, because REIT is a tax exempt vehicle, but does not mean that tax will not be paid. So ideally, we are trying to make sure that we're able to regularize that process and bring it within the context of a global standard, because what that means is that even the foreign direct investment tends to be quite tricky because they're not able to predict. So our environment is quite tricky. So, and these taxes actually do eat into the revenue. So what ends up happening is that there's a lot of stagnation when it comes to setting up of these structures. So you find that the REIT is ready to go, but there's failure to launch because they're not able to get to that level where they're able to predict and to be confident enough to launch this product, knowing very well that the vehicle will maintain its tax efficiency integrity. So these are some of the things we are working on, and we're trying to engage other global associations to help us with this, because this also does require a lot of government intervention, and also to demonstrate that it has worked in other markets and they're actually collecting more, especially when it comes to the commercial REITs, because there's still VAT to be collected on rent. You're able to still have the tax, have the revenue collection plan intact, but still create an environment where REITs are able to still be successful. So with that, today's workshop represents a crucial step forward in the journey to enhance REIT sector, and your participation and engagement are vital to the continued success and growth of this dynamic field. As we delve into the comprehensive agenda set today, I encourage you to fully immerse yourself in the sessions. I'm confident that we will emerge from this workshop well equipped to tackle the challenges and opportunities in the realm of REITs. I urge you to actively participate, ask questions, challenge assumptions, and collaborate. May today's discussions inspire new ideas, foster meaningful connections, and pave the way for a brighter future in the realm of REITs. I'd like to also encourage those who have not yet joined the association to consider doing so. Membership ensures recognition and engagement from key stakeholders and support. And I think support is key from key stakeholders in the real estate and capital markets industry. For more details, please do reach out to our secretariat team. I'm sure most of you have interacted with them, and they also can be found at the registration desk. So thank you very much for showing up. And ladies and gentlemen, allow me to officially declare this event open. Asanteni sana.